Hi, I'm Donna, and I'm here to tell you about the experience that I've had at Carolina Pure Wellness. At the time that I started back in the middle of winter, I was in the middle of chemotherapy treatments for breast cancer. And the first several treatments went all right, but as the treatments progressed, some of these side effects began to kick in, and the particular one that was really bothering me was the neuropathy. It happened in both my hands and in my feet, and it was very progressive and a very rapid onset of it. And it's quite frightening, as a matter of fact, to realize that your feet are hurt, the pressure and sensitive, and you wonder, will it go away? Will I be left with something like this? And so I began researching that something had to be done. I had to have something that would at least knock it back to the point where I could try to finish my treatments, because if you get neuropathy too badly, then they have to discontinue your treatments. And of course, nobody who has cancer wants to diminish the possibility that their treatments will be cut short and maybe not be effective. So after a good bit of research, I found Dr. Monahan and came to visit, and we talked about my situation and how it is fairly prevalent. 10 to 15% of the people who take chemo have this side effect, and it is quite debilitating. It affects your balance and several things. And Dr. Monahan felt like that there was really a path for me to be able to do something about this. And so I signed up, and we've been doing it now. I'm on a 12-week therapy program, and I'll have to say my treatments are over, and the feeling in my feet and my hands are beginning to come back now. And joy, joy, you certainly don't want to have to worry about that for the rest of your life. And the things that we've done here have been very productive, and I feel like I'm doing something. I'm fighting against a side effect that I shouldn't have to have. And there's a lot of things that go on with cancer treatments that don't go away, and this is one I'm very happy to say. I think we're on the road. We've just about got it knocked out, and we're hoping for a great outcome. And I really do appreciate what they've done here for me at Carolina Pure Wellness, and I'd recommend it to anybody who is in the same situation, that fighting cancer, and you're doing everything you possibly can. And this is just one more thing that you can do to add to that. Another thing that has been extremely good to deal with here is that when you're a cancer patient, the number one thing that you're worried about is getting an infection. Especially during when my treatments were going on, the flu was just really rampant. And I was so concerned about that, coming to a place to get treatments and things, that there would be people who had colds, or the equipment would be, but this is the cleanest place I've ever been. They have masks, especially for me, that say for Donna only, because of her issues of worrying about, getting catching some kind of cold or flu. And they were so kind and compassionate and caring about my request to be 100% germ-free, and that is unusual, that they would be compassionate enough about my needs to 100% take care of them. And I was totally relaxed about the situation, and never once got sick. Never hurts to worry ahead of time, but it turned out I didn't need to. Another aspect of treatment that I'd like to talk about is the fact that it does cost, and it is not always covered by insurance, and plans don't take in the specialized treatments that they have. However, once we started, I knew that the investment was going to be worthwhile. And when you walk out of here, each time you can feel the difference. The way you came in is very different from the way you go back out to your car and go home. And it's truly worth it for the specialized treatment they do on your feet. And the night when you put your feet in bed and the covers are not killing your feet, even though covers don't weigh anything unless you have neuropathy, and then it's quite a challenge for your feet. So in that respect, I would have to say that it was definitely worth the treatment cost, and that it's an investment that is worth doing.